Hi everyone and welcome to part 6 of my 2022 Brazil series. I'm just climbing down a mountain as you do. Last time we were in Paranapiacaba, otherwise known as where you will find the sea. Well, guess what? We found it.
I pray for your soul, I pray for you all. I know it's not real, but I'm ready to fall. Over the mountains, cross the seas. Heaven can wait when you're in my dreams. Tell me you love me or set me free.
Morning all and welcome back to Brazil. I'm at the bus station in São Paulo and I'm on my way to Santos. I just want to highlight about bus stations in Brazil. I got a bus years ago in Brazil, but I'd completely forgotten what it was like. It kind of reminds me of bus stations in Colombia in that they've got like the bus area down the bottom and all the bus ticket offices up the top. I've got a bus in about 10 minutes. They're very frequent going to Santos, so all the different companies up the top offer buses to Santos, and it was 33 PIs. On that note, let's get going.
In my dreams, you're in my dreams.
Okay, I'm in Santos. Hooray for me. I'm down at the station after having a little walk around town. There's the Pele Museum over there. Lovely. We'll go in there in a bit. But over here is the streetcar. I'm so excited. So Santos had streetcars or trams from 1871 to 1971. I think it was just under 100 years actually. And after that, there were various incarnations of streetcars here. I think in the 80s and then now from 2000, which effectively is like a tourist one, so it's not like a proper tram system, but I don't care. I love trams. So I've got to wait for more people to turn up because I just missed one. Okay, obrigado. So interestingly, some of the trams came from Scotland. They were constructed in Motherwell in Scotland. Amazing. And I understand now that the trams that are here are from various places. I think some are in Italy, I think it was Turin, etc. So it's only 7 PIs. And the Pele Museum over there is free, so that's good. We'll go in there after this streetcar tour. Right, we're back from the streetcar. Goodbye streetcar. I've got to be honest with you, that wasn't the most exciting streetcar tour I've ever been on. However, that was due to the fact that the tour lady's microphone stopped working after about 5 minutes. Brilliant! However, you know, I'm not complaining, these things happen, right? But, you know, obviously she couldn't tell us what we were looking at, but I don't mind either because, you know, my Portuguese isn't great. I would only have been able to understand 30% of it anyway. But the thing I'll take away from it is the fact that the architecture and the buildings and the architectural styles and the colours here are awesome. Lots of variety, and there's an amazing cathedral as well we went past, which you saw, which was top tier. We also went past a funicular, which we're going to go up in a little bit, but first we'll go in the Pele Museum. Let's hope they fix the microphone. Now, I don't know if I'm able to film in here, we will see. Honestly, I don't know a huge amount about Pele. Obviously, I'm familiar with him. I think everyone is, and I think everyone's familiar with the fact that Brazil is extremely passionate about football. There he is. There's a ginormous Pele. That's cool. Now, I do know that Pele came to Santos and played for Santos Football Club. But pretty much that's it. You've got lots of information about him. Things down here, 1958. And yeah, it's just a big open space. Fortunately, you don't have to do a tour. The ball of the 1000th goal. Apparently, it's covered in gold film. Yes, amazing. This, of course, is classic 1970. You know I've got a bit of a connection with Mexico. Those were football boots he wore in the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. And this hat was the 100th match for the Brazilian national team. It's in Guanajuato. It was given to him in central Mexico. England, 1966 World Cup. As I said, the aforementioned Mexico, 1970 there. Oh, and there's different floors. Wow, I didn't realise. I know we're here to learn about Pele, but England, hello, I am 38% English, so that's okay. Of course, 66 was the year England won the World Cup. And of course, it hasn't come home since. That's something English people say, it's coming home, but it never does. Obviously, it did come close to coming home in the last World Cup. This is very true. A king in England, so the royal family, the monarchy, received Pele with ceremony and pomp. That just about sums up the royal family. And his reign encompassed the entire planet. Very true, because I think there isn't anyone in the world who doesn't know who Pele is. There is the huge Pele behind me. I walked around in there for a while, not filming and just reading stuff. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to show you everything in there in this video because we'll be here all day. But I think if you are a football fan, you cannot miss coming to the Pele Museum in Santos. Just as I was so excited and full of passion and energy when I went into Lagos in the Senna video, I think you will be exactly the same there. You know, there is another section here as well. Pele isn't only an idol and a hero in Brazil, he's a hero and idol everywhere in the world. He's one of those people that, you know, everyone cannot fail to know about. And now I know more. We're going for a walk now, see what I mean about buildings. Nice and colourful, with interesting street art everywhere. And I was going to say that Santos came into being in 1546, you guessed it, as a result of the coffee trade. So I've read that supposedly at one point or another, any coffee that you've drunk from Brazil came through the port of Santos, and that's why Santos became what it is in terms of wealth and everything, obviously because of the export of coffee. It's so hot, I think I'm gonna melt. So yeah, it is hot, oh shit, but it's not horrendously hot. But to be honest with you, after being in Eastern Europe for months, in the depths of winter, I'll take anything. There is a coffee museum as well around here. To be honest with you, if I spend all day in museums, I'll go mental. We've got other things to do, so let's go. You know what the most overused word is in these videos so far this year? It's coffee. For obvious reasons. I'm fine with that. I love coffee. Next up, I want to see that Cathedral. I think it's in this direction. Street art alert. How cool is that? Right, where's this cathedral? Great blue skies, but uh-oh, I'm seeing grey coming. So let's quickly, oh shit, just walked into a lamppost. Let's quickly check out the cathedral. Oh, it does have a gothic feel. Or am I going crazy? It's very grey. It kind of matches the sky behind it. Okay, hello Jesus. Very nice in there, very quiet and peaceful. It kind of provides a nice respite from the general noise and chaos of Santos, on a lesser degree to São Paulo. I really like the stained glass in there. There are two on either side, very similar. I think it depicts like Mary with baby Jesus and people all around her, but they're slightly different. I'm not sure what the difference is. Who knows? Hallelujah, praise the Lord, because I'm at the beach, and oh my god, being on a bus for 10 minutes has saved my life, because honestly I thought I was about to keel over with sunstroke. It's one mistake I always make in Brazil, is underestimating the strength of the heat, not necessarily the sun, because it's not really sunny right now, and it's not hot either, but it still really affects you big time. Welcome to the beach with the high rises behind the beach. It's a bit windy. It's not exactly beach weather, I must admit. Kind of reminds me of Ipanema or Copacabana in Rio, where I was millions of years ago. in that it's got this wide expanse before the umbrella-y sit-down areas down there. Jesus. And I was going to go up there. There's like a cove thing, I think. It kind of looks like a cove thing on the map. So Santos is on the island of São Vicente. Sorry, that was Spanish. But you know what I mean. And it kind of stretches across this island over that way. And there's another area all the way in that distance. I think you can do like little tours to that area. It's much smaller. Welcome to the Atlantic. In one of my last year's videos, I was in the Black Sea. Here's the Atlantic. Lovely. I haven't got any Avianas yet. The buildings in the distance, people everywhere. Like I said, it's not exactly, you know, tropical beach land at the moment, but I'm sure if the weather was a bit better, it would be. Okay, after our time on the beach, we're back in Centro. It hasn't started raining yet, thank the Lord. We're heading to a mountain, Monte Serrat. This is an old school video, you know, where we go uphill at the end. Haven't done one of them in a while. We've got amazing street art. I think we saw this earlier on the streetcar thing, but I've got to go up here. I really need a drink. There are 400 steps. I can guarantee I'm not going to do that. Famous last words. Because there's a funicular. Brilliant. I hope it's open. Você está no Monte Serrat. Funicular. Here we go. Casino Elevador. 1927. Oh, look at it. It's a proper old one. And it's 18 reais. That's both ways, so up and down. I was thinking about doing one, but then I thought I will die if I walk all the way down. It's not that long. Look, you might be able to see in the distance the end of it. And there's even a cat. Hello. Meow. Ah, there we go. Oh, I'm the first one through the little gates. Oh, no, we're not. But some of them are standing room only. Some of them have seats. Oh, my ears are popping. Yeah, there's a restaurant behind me. Nothing to write home about. But the reason I've come up here is obviously to see the views of Santos, who's that shouting in the background, and obviously to get the drone up, assuming these antennae do not interfere. The reviews I saw of this place were like basically just meh. It's just like a viewpoint. Mirador. That's fine. I don't mind. There doesn't have to be, you know, explosions and fireworks. It's a viewpoint, and you can see right out to the sea, down to the beach where we were, possibly, and all the buildings, the high rises. And that's the thing about São Paulo area and city. It just feels like a sea of never-ending skyscrapers. I've never seen so many in my life. I remember when I first flew in to São Paulo years ago and saw that, and it was just mesmerizing. I've got to admit, it's not the most amazing view I've ever seen in my life. I'm not complaining. I'm still being appreciative of the fact that I have the opportunity to be in Santos right now, so don't start saying in the comments that I'm ungrateful. It's still an amazing view of the sea, as I said, and there's a ship in the distance. I mentioned about Odessa earlier when I was at the sea, and as well we've had the funicular, and now we've got ships with those big shipping cranes as well. It kind of is like the Odessa of Brazil. It's probably not, it's only because I was there recently. But still, to end this video, I want to say, has Santos blown me away? No. It hasn't really, but that's okay. I'm always brutally honest, right? It's not somewhere that I hate. I'm not saying that it's negative or terrible in any way at all. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, they're fighting. Meow. I'm just saying that it's somewhere that I wouldn't necessarily make a concerted effort to come back to. It's all very nice. I've only been here for half a day, of course, so, you know, I'm basing it on that, which is ridiculous. But, you know, it's bloody hell. What is it with these animals? Yeah, it's definitely somewhere that I feel is a tourist location. You know, people that live in Sao Paulo will obviously come here for maybe a weekend or whatever. Of course, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. We've seen a very small chunk of that today. So, yeah, if you want to get down to the beach and get away from Sao Paulo, absolutely come to Santos. We've got the cat and the dog. Hi, Hans. Meow. Lovely. I'll catch you later. It's like a little home for Fluffingtons. Oh, maybe not. Angels! Meow. Maybe Diablitos.
Heaven can wait.